Hey everybody! Today it's my distinct pleasure to introduce you to one of our most highly anticipated coffees of the year, the G35. This amazing coffee is the first geisha using the carbonic maceration process and is also the first Project Elevate coffee we're doing in collaboration with Finca Isabel. If you're not already familiar with Finca Isabel, just know that Gabby and Fernando have been consistently producing some of the most extraordinary Bolivian specialty coffees over the last few years, and are Presidential Cup winners. This G35 was grown on Finca Isabel's La Cuesta nano lot and was harvested in 2021. The carbonic maceration that Gabby and Fernando used to process these beans was the first time they had done so at Finca Isabel. And dare we say that this might be some of the most sweetest, complex, most delicious coffees we've ever tasted, and that we are so grateful to be able to have acquired, roasted, and offered them to you. In early June of 2021, our Project Elevate manager, Jan Bergen, my brother-in-law and now head roaster of Muyu Coffee Roasters, our sister roastery in Switzerland, came up with the idea to try carbonic maceration processing for the first time in Bolivia with Finca Isabel. After studying up on the process, he approached Gabriela and Fernando to see if they'd be interested. They were, but the processing requires a very unique type of hermetic stainless steel fermentation tank that Finca Isabel didn't have at the time. That's when Jan did even more research and sketching, and then, with a critical assist from one of our most valued Brewers Club members in the beer brewing business, got hooked up with the right partners in Santa Cruz who helped design and then build the custom tank from scratch. Thanks, Fernando. You, Valky, and your team at Comper rock. As we worked to get the funding lined up and the designs finalized with the manufacturers in Santa Cruz, Finca Isabel was getting their newest Caturra and Geisha harvests ready for our first tests. And of course, the results did not disappoint. Finca Isabel made several versions with slightly different control parameters each, and as we cupped them all for the first time, the highest scoring version became quite clear: Lot G35, which we acquired in its totality, primarily for our Brewers Club members in Bolivia and Switzerland. We're glad to say that nothing went to waste, and all of the other versions were later acquired by other roasteries as well. Even though the amazing attributes were crystal clear in our initial cupping, creating the production roast profile was not as easy. Our goal was to not only activate and highlight the amazing inherent features of the bean, but to do so without really introducing flavor notes commonly attributed to the roast, like chocolate and cacao. It took a while to purposefully limit the influence of the roast on our final profile without underdeveloping it, but we feel like we did it, with strong floral aroma and notes of rose, champagne, and exotic fruity sweetness. To enjoy this cup, we kept our brewing parameters pretty straightforward. Here in Cochabamba, at over 2,500 meters above sea level, our water only reaches to 91 degrees Celsius. So our ratio tends to be a bit more intense at 13:1. Our personal preference is to use a classic V60 to avoid prolonged water contact that can happen with a flat-based dripper like a Kalita. And we shoot for a 2.5-minute extraction. We'd like to avoid going beyond the 3-minute mark to stop the chocolatey and bitter compounds from overwhelming the cup. We have a very small amount available for sale. If you've ever been curious to try our coffees and have thought about joining our Brewers Club, we'd say, do it now. Get the G35 while it lasts and find out for yourself. Thanks so much for watching. We hope to see you in the shop soon, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Cheers.